Ain't facts on my dub shit, I ain't coming back. All that sub shit got me in my bag. All that tough shit don't really mean jack. All that sus shit don't really mean ready.
Look, man, I feel like, you see, once we touch on things that actually make, or things that contribute to making people just like isolate themselves or whatever, I feel like we, you know, it may be a way of putting some salt on a couple wounds, you know what I'm saying? It may be, yeah, a way of rubbing some salt on a couple wounds, because I feel like, you know, a whole lot of people can relate to, I don't know, situations that probably end up leaving them human beings that constantly isolate, or whatever the case. Or let me put it specifically, like, let's say, like distant people. You know what I'm saying? Distant motherfuckers. Yeah, let me put it like that. I can't remember the term now. Is it what avoidant? What is it? You know, the whole buzzword. Distant avoidant or something like that. Attachment avoidant or something like that. I don't know. It's an attachment style, I think that's what they call it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like you ever like ask yourself why you may be lovable from a distance or something? Like, I don't know if any of y'all like feel like that, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the comments if you relate to any of the points that I'm talking about. Well, this point that I'm talking about, right? Like finding yourself, you know, being at a distance from some people. Okay, let's say some people that you're close to, like your family or whatever. But for as long as that distance is you know, retained, for as long as we keep it at that, it's like things are kind of smooth, right? Before as soon as you just like get closer, it's like things fall apart. I don't know if y'all have had that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who would have the distant the element of being distant, so that, you know, once that element is applied, it's like the distance is there, you know what I'm saying? And things actually make sense, they go good, there's actually kind of like peace. Like, I realize it is me, you know what I'm saying, in my dynamic, like with like my family and things like that. I realize I'm the one that applies the distance, right? But just as a blanket statement, as just like a general concept, it's like, I don't even think I'm created for like closeness in relationships. I don't know how to put it. I don't know whether that makes sense. I don't know any of y'all feel like that, but I don't you know, I don't think I was created for like the really close, everyday, together, like kind of relationships. I feel like once I'm at a distance, it's like, you know, and obviously things like communication is limited, you know what I mean? But I feel like, okay, number one, it helps me just focus on what I need to focus on as far as your end of the spectrum. You understand what I'm saying? And that's that. Like, in terms of maybe your needs or whatever, or having to hear only what's important, and then the fluff and then the extra things, that's automatically cut, because I'm not there to witness all of your fluff and your extra, you know what I'm saying, energies and shenanigans and whatever the case, right? From my mind, that's how I make sense of it. It's like, yo, I'm only here, like, you can only reach out whenever you need me type stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily find it a bad thing for people to, you know, be extra cautious about their energy, in that they're quick to cut people off, you know what I'm saying, and not take the extra baggage that you may have, like maybe small talk and things like that. Like I wouldn't want to do small talk or whatever. I'd only attend to you. You know what I'm saying? When it is necessary, when literally you need me. I don't find that a bad thing. You understand what I'm saying? And so therefore, again, that's why I feel like, you know, I am a distant lover, but I feel like I love the best from a distance. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, well, I think that is the moral of the story, right? Being a distant lover, you love the best from a distance. I don't mean it to sound poetic. It's just like a realization that I have come to for myself, because I remember even, you know, during my, you know, college times and things like that, like just after high school, separating from my family. Actually, wait, let me actually start with this sort of background expression about myself, right? It's like I started the whole boarding school life. I don't know if y'all are familiar with boarding school life. Y'all know how it goes, right? If you don't, do your homework. Boarding school, living far away from home, living far away from the old folks, the family. You know what I mean? That started in the high school. And so, you know, I think it did make sense for my dad to end up taking me to a school like that, because, you know, for a long time I've been a closed off type of kid, you know. Like I literally just preferred my own space, you know, blase, blah, you know, the introvert type talk. I mean, at heart, right? I guess I'm an ambivert. Is that what it's called? Ambivert, you know what I'm saying? It's like you know, I go both ways, pause, in terms of I can get extroverted with the extroverts, introverted, like how the introverts get introverted when it's time to be introverted. I wouldn't say get introverted with the introverts, because introverts are like by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't together. If say half the time, maybe if forced, y'all can come. Yeah, but anyway, you know. So you know, I've always been that kid, and so I guess it did make sense for my dad to be like, oh, okay, cool. You are now at a stage in your life where I think distance from us would be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was mad nervous the first time it happened. I think it was like in grade 10. You know what I mean? I went out there, and then I feel like that's when it literally took me. Right? That's when the distant bug bit me. You know what I'm saying? Like preferring some distance. And I mean, I'm not okay, first things first, I'm not here to glamorize like being a distant motherfucker and, you know, mysterious, nobody knows that. Like that has its obvious limitations, and you know, you're restricted in many ways doing that kind of thing or choosing to live that kind of way. But you know, I've found ways to live that way, and okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's very selfish. Like it's gone to a point where it's very selfish. Like I like my own boredom. Like I like what I would come up with, like being just by myself, being bored and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Even like strategizing for the future, blah blah blah. Look, that does come with its own side effects. You know what I'm saying? It does come with its own side effects. I feel like as a result, I have been a human being that has had a history of migraines, bro. You know what I'm saying? I stress a lot because I'm in my own head a lot, because I spend a whole lot of time by myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but yo, it's what I like. It's what I want. So I apply that often in my life. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, I could get extra with the extroverts. You know what I'm saying? When it was necessary. Gone are those days though. R.I.P. I don't know. You know, life, you can never like predict things. It may come back. Maybe parasocially too though. I don't know. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? That ended up being the whole setup. So boarding school, okay. I did the whole matric there and went on to college, you know what I'm saying? And then college, you know, started having them habits where I don't call often. Hey, why don't you call enough at home? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you come see us often? Why don't you this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? I'd have to maybe cook up a story, make an excuse. Why I can't see, you know, the family folks and things like that. But I don't know, bro. Like this is really a hard expression to put to y'all folks, right? Because I feel like it may make me look a certain way, bro. It may make me look degenerate, right? Understandably so. But I'm not here for brownie points. I'm not telling you this kind of thing for brownie points. I'm expressing it so that whoever, you know, resonates with this kind of way of being can catch it, knowing that, you know, it's not just you, bro. There's nothing special about you, buddy. Calm down. You ain't alone in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the club, you feel me? The least you can do is, like, you know, maybe leave a comment on things. Like the video, if you resonate, leave a comment actually telling me like how you find that kind of experience. Like, number one, if you resonate with the fact with the whole finding things, you know, to make sense like at a distance in terms of the people you have a connection with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, the thing is, to them it may be like, yo, you cutting us off, you cutting me off, you you don't you know, you don't care about me enough. But to you, you've learned to adapt, right? You've learned to adapt to the situation and be like, yo, for as long as, okay, I know you're okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to talk to you every day even. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, here and there we can check on one another. You feel me? But that's cool for me. That's enough, dog. You know what I mean? I might even pop in and just like come see y'all. But like at this distance, I'm okay. Because I'm actually bringing to you the whole transition from my high school to college and how that built my, you know, preferring to isolate myself. I don't even like the word isolate, bro. But just, you know, prefer time by myself. You know what I'm saying? Have a deeper connection or relationship with myself. Let's put it that way, right? The reason why I'm bringing that up is to also bring up the contrast, you know, in mentioning the fact that, you know, before the boarding school, before going and living, you know, at a distance from my family, or preferring it that way, but learning to adjust to those kind of, you know, those kind of realities. It's because I was living with family every day and it was the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Complete opposite, bro, where it's like, I cannot stand another day in the freaking household. You know what I'm saying? Like lack of peace, so to speak. Lack of peace, bro. Like pressure, like unnecessary pressure. People's baggage from wherever they come from, right? In the world, like outside of the crib, outside of this house. I'm talking about like family members. They bring whatever energy they experienced outside. They come inside with that, and it's like that shit is experienced by you. You know what I'm saying? The frustration that you experience outside gotta be experienced by you. I have a whole lot of these kind of stories. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, oh my god, bro, like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Just yesterday we were smooth. We were cool. And today, like right now, you know, you're a monster all of a sudden. Like, what's going on? Either you the monster or I'm the monster. Like I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And that happened when I was a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? That would happen a lot when I'm younger. And you know, a young mind can only like probably maybe blame their own self. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, am I the demon here? Am I the demon here? Right? But it is what it is. And then, like, you know, you go through all of that and then you see the contrast. That's what, yeah. And then you experience that contrast, right? So when I went to that boarding school and I'm like, yo, actually at a distance, I feel like it's easier. I still fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? As far as people that care about me, like my family. You know what I mean? Yeah, I still care about them and things like that. But it's like, I prefer this love being experienced at a distance. Was that too unpopular to share? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've developed into being that kind of person. Now you tell me how much help I need in the comments, and you know, in terms of therapy or this, that, and the third, because I know individuals may be quick to be like, yo bro, you know, stop it, get some help. It's like, no, something wrong with you, like bro, like trust me, when I do express the fact that I've learned to adjust with this, especially like with age. It's like, you know, the meaning of what it used to mean when you're young, the meaning of what it means at a grown age versus the meaning of what it means when you're young. When you're young, you probably tell yourself, oh, I'm probably gonna burn in hell being this way. Oh my, you know what I'm saying, I better change my ways, and then you're constantly depressed and things like this. But as an adult, bro, I feel like you can put it in a pocket in your mind where it doesn't mean the death of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you make it work. It's like you use the distance to actually build some shit about your life. And that's what has happened with me. Like, I've used the distance to be able to keep my mental at sort of like a clear sort of focus. You understand what I'm saying? So that I can build where I need to build. Right? Build where I need to build, get my ducks in a row, so that when I am needed and when I am present with the people that care for me, like, I really got the muscle to, you know what I'm saying, transform the situation single-handedly. I don't know, I may be too selfish, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, like for me, it's not weird. It's like people have their own reasons on, you know, preferring the kind of lifestyles that they choose. I mean, this is actually deep, because it went as deep as, you know, interfering with even romantic connections, my romantic relationship and shit like that, right? Where it's like, yo, I don't see no problem in like not talking for like 2 days, like not talking on the phone. I'm okay with just text. But to her, it was like, what? Are you kidding me, bro? You talking about 48 hours not talking and shit like this, right? I'm like, you know, that should be normal, like, you know what I'm saying? So I developed into that kind of human being though, and I guess like even with that, you know, it might be it may prove productive if, you know, if I were to maybe connect with people as similar as me. I don't know, bro, like, but if you think about it, people who are similar as me, if we both are, you know, prefer distance, do you think it would work? If like I'm distant and the people that, like, you know, the people that's involved within the dynamic is also distant, so it's like double distance. I mean, you need that person that's gonna be like, that's gonna call and be like, yo, nah, hey, the distance, yeah, well, the time of the distance has been long enough, bro. When are we, you know, when are we getting it together again? I feel like you need that, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta only be one of us that's like distant. Can't work if it's both, you know?